Hello, I hope you're having a great day. So yesterday was a super busy day. I did get a little bit of footage, but not a ton. In the morning I had 3 bouquets to make, so I made those and then I delivered them around town. I also am the assistant market manager for our Knoxville, Iowa Farmers Market, and I needed to put a map together and send out an email to update everybody what to expect on the first day, because in 9 days our farmers market is starting. I also put out on my website that I had a few available bouquets for Mother's Day, because I did make the decision that I don't want to only give my spring subscriptions tulips. Like, I want them to get some other flowers, and that is coming up on Wednesday. And I mainly have tulips and alliums, and I really want to get them some peonies and alliums. So I might just send them a note and say, hey, I'm just waiting for peonies to bloom because I really want my spring subscription to get peonies. It's not that I sold out on Mother's Day and now I don't have your subscription. It's that I really do want them to get peonies, because I can give my spring subscription peonies and then I can also give my summer subscription peonies. And I have a lot of peonies and I really love the peonies. It's one of my favorite flowers on the farm. So I try to get those to as many people and in as many hands as I can. So I was like, okay, so then for Mother's Day I could do tulip and allium bouquets, and then my spring subscription can get allium and peony bouquets. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So I put out that I had a few more available, and I hit a limit where I was like, I better say I'm sold out again, because I don't want to disappoint anybody. So I went ahead and marked sold out on my website. You can only buy the summer or the autumn subscription. So that's awesome. And then yesterday I put in a bunch of Dusty Miller. So if you'll remember, I said I was going to put Amaranth in this row because the sun goes this way and I didn't think it'd block it too much. But I kind of watched as the day progressed the other day, and I was like, you know, I would much rather have my plants get morning sun than the hot afternoon sun. So I decided to till up the area over there that was all grass and weeds. And it'll probably become grass and weeds again. But I tilled that all up. My Gladiolas go at the end, and then I'm gonna put Amaranth and Snow on the mountain, because I know Amaranth is a very tall plant. So all it's gonna do is shade out in the hot afternoon sun. This kind of gets shade in the afternoon. I've been thinking that this garden I might need to just forget about the top 1/4 of it and move it down towards that ditch next year, or sometime. Maybe when I get my tractor I can reconfigure it to be a different way, because it does get shaded on this top 1/4, and most of the plants I plant need sun, and most of the plants that like shade, like the heuchera and stuff like that, didn't do well in the black landscape fabric. I know they have white landscape fabric that's a little bit cooler, but I'm thinking maybe stuff like that could just kind of go in a garden setting and mulch or something, and they do a lot better. So that's what I decided. So I planted all of my Dusty Miller down this row, because it doesn't get real tall. Last year it actually was kind of shaded and it got leggy. But I think that might have worked out, because it got leggy, so it had this long stem and then a few leaves at the top, which was actually perfect for vases. So I'm hoping that putting it, the requirements for Dusty Miller is to put it in full sun, but I'm wondering if that makes it bushier instead of leggier. I'll see. Maybe it makes it bushier and it has long stems. So I put it out here. I'm gonna see how it does this year, and then I tilled up that area, and today I'm gonna put in my Amaranth and my Snow on the mountain. I'm hoping to get that all in before lunch, because man, I have a lot of trays. Every single area is full in the cold frame, and I still have about 5 trays at home that I need to do. So I did get everything watered in this morning. I watered it all with my hose. I do have drip. The drip here, I know for a fact I cut one of the lines, and I haven't figured out the drip here and I need to do that, but sometimes you just need to relax and think about what you need to do for the day, and there is nothing better than just holding a garden hose and spraying while your mind races. So I went ahead and I watered everything. I even watered the peonies. So I watered everything in the cold frame, all the zinnias. They're starting to pop up, which is exciting. I did everything that I've planted so far to date. I did the lisianthus, the snapdragons, the zinnias over here, the frosted explosion grass, the status, and everything over here. So I just hand watered it, and it didn't even take that long. But now I'm gonna get to this, and then, oh, and I cut a bunch of allium this morning. I'll throw a picture up. I took a picture in the cooler. So I've got a lot of allium going on. I still have tulips. The Marrow honeysuckle is putting off great leaves. I have pennycress. A bunch of Dame's Rocket is popping around, so I can pop that in as a cute little filler that smells amazing. I did cut some and put it in the cooler because I want to see if you can put it in a cooler and then bring it out. I don't know the answer to that, so it seems like a little flimsy flower, so I'm not sure you can. But I cut a little bit, I put it in there. I cut some little salvia spikes. So the farm is starting to come alive. It's really exciting. But for now, I'm gonna go up to the cold frame, grab my amaranth, and grab my snow on the mountain. And then I'm just gonna get it planted. I might try to get my gladiolas planted. Yay, I got it all done, and it's only 10:51, so that's awesome. That was a lot of trays. I do have a little bit of snow in the mountain left, and I have a whole tray in there that I was succession planting. I mean, it's real small, so I might have to wait and tear some of it out or cut it down before I put more in, or find another spot for it. So this is probably going to be an Iowa display of weeds with amaranth towering over them. That's what I think is going to happen. But hopefully the amaranth gets tall enough that even if the grasses and stuff grows, it's taller than them. And maybe I can get it weeded out of there. I don't know. We will just have to see how this goes. I don't have high hopes, but it's way too much amaranth. I already know that. Last year I just planted a dinky section and that was plenty. But I don't know what I did this year. I had so many cells and I didn't want them to go to waste. A few of them I threw along the side over here because I was like, it's too many. Because this is going to be a lot of amaranth. But it will be a nice little backdrop if anyone wants to take a picture. I have a few friends that want to come out and take pictures. And, you know, in the fall, that will be a really pretty backdrop because I'm sure I won't get to all of it. It is kind of a pain to tear out, but if I get my tractor, maybe we can just like mow it down or till it up or something, and it won't be that bad. It does rot. So if you try to pull it up in the fall, it's horrible. But if you leave it all winter, it rots and then it's real soft and it's a lot easier to get out of the ground, but it's still really big. So when you try to pull it through that black landscape fabric, that's the worst part. So I think if I leave this all up and it rots, then it'll be real easy to come through next year and get it out of the ground because it really does just kind of turn to mush. It just won't come through the landscape fabric because the stalk is so big under the ground in the root system. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. I have the same amount of space for my glads. I didn't order more. We'll see. So anyway, maybe I'll go look at my glad bulbs and see if I can get them in the ground while I have the hose out here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these about 6 inches apart, about my hand, and just scatter them in through here. And then at some point I'll put the netting back over them. I don't know if I'll get to that now, but these are my little gladiola bulbs. I stored them from last year. Some of them look good, some of them might have problems. We'll just see how they do. all done. So this field is almost done. I have a little section where I'm gonna put my black Scabiosa, and then I think there's just a little section that will be left over that I can pop something in. And then at the top of the row above the Bells of Ireland, I had marked out heuchera, so I probably have a 10 to 15 foot section. Otherwise, this entire field has been planted, and this is such a good feeling. So it is starting to cloud up, and it is supposed to rain tonight, so fingers crossed. I hope it actually does rain. That would be amazing, and I hope it rains like an inch, because then I don't have to worry about water for a good 4 to 5 days, which would be really nice. So I do think these clouds are coming in. I don't know though that it's cloudy enough. Like bulbs, putting bulbs in the ground are okay because you cover them up and water them in and it's fine. But I don't know about putting my plants in. It's kind of the hottest part of the day. The sun is shining. I can feel it pretty good. I see a lot of clouds throughout the sky. And if it was going to cloud over real good, I would feel okay because it's the later part of the day. And if it was cloudy, they could, you know, I think they would be okay without burning. I'm hoping the amaranth and the snow on the mountain doesn't burn. I thought it was going to be cloudier than it is. So they have been in that cold frame getting sunlight. It's not direct sunlight, and in the later part of the day they don't get a lot of sunlight, but I'm hoping it was enough to keep them happy. So now I've got 3 rows over there that need weeded to be able to put plants in, and I do need to do my succession of sunflowers. So I think next I will do my succession of sunflowers because putting seeds in the ground is okay if it's sunny. So I think that's what I will work on next. And then I am getting behind on my tasks. I need to succession some snapdragons. Let me just tell you, I know I told you I did a whole video on how I set up all these calendar reminders, and then every year it reminds me this is when you did it. And then in the winter time I go back and review, like I review my videos and I review like, oh, I didn't need that last succession. Even if it would have been warm, I don't think it would have helped me, things like that. And I change up my calendar so that someday I think I'll just be able to strictly trust my calendar. When it's telling me to do something, I need to do it. But yes, right now, I did water my grow room today, so that's good. I need to succession my sunflowers. I need to succession snapdragons. I need to succession celosia. I need to order my bulbs. I need to succession euphorbia snow on the mountain, even though I filled my spot for it, but some of that I might cut and then it will be gone, and then I need more, so I need to do that. And in April I was supposed to start painted daisy in the field. I put a bunch of seeds in the winter, and then I had made a note that if they weren't coming up to put them in on April 18th, and I still haven't done that. So I am getting behind on my tasks, believe it or not. It seems like I do a lot, but I am getting behind. I know it's that time of year, so I'm not real stressed about it if it doesn't get done. Maybe it'll get done next year. Maybe I'll put them in the fall again, or maybe a whole bunch of painted daisies will show up from me planting them last fall, and then I can say, oh, okay, like I don't need that anymore because they're perennial. So once I get enough of them, I'm good to go. But anyway, on to my second succession of sunflowers. I'm going to go ahead and go just over from the 6-inch foot spacing I put them in last time and plant them again. Okay, my camera died, so I'm on my phone, but I got all of my sunflowers planted. I tried to do some footage close up of just popping them in the ground, and then I just kind of scoot. I set and do 10, 10, 10, and then I scoot to the next one, 10, 10, 10. It's just easier on my knees and stuff, especially since I've been crawling around on them all day. Wow, it really clouded up. Like, I think it's gonna storm, but it's not storming yet, and I'm thinking since it clouded up, I could get my last tray of Scabiosa in over there. So I think I'm gonna do that, but I think I'm gonna just take my camera inside. The battery died. I could switch out the camera, but I feel like it might rain. So I am going to go try to do as many things as I can. So anyway, have a great day. I hope to see you in the next one. So I just wanted to update you. I did get my Scabiosa in the field, and I just have about 7 feet left. So I might put that extra gomphrena there. But it is raining. It almost looks like it's raining sideways. So I'm gonna get going. But I just wanted to let you know I got that done, and now it's supposed to rain for 2 hours.